Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Invincible Season 3, Episode 4. But before we get into that, let's get the house cleaning out of the way, shall I? To leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on Invincible Season 3, Episode 4, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, Invincible Season 3, Episode 4. This is now the halfway point because Amazon drops the first 3 episodes of the season every single time, and I am not the hugest fan of that. I think Invincible is now big enough where you can just go 1 episode every single week, but I digress on that. But yet here we are, and this to me was another solid episode within the series. Invincible just continues to knock it out of the park, and this was a little bit of a tale of two halves, right? Like I said on my immediate reaction on TikTok that, you know, this was like one of those Phineas and Ferb episodes. If you ever watched Phineas and Ferb on Disney Channel, where essentially it was a 30-minute block, but it was 2 episodes in that 30-minute block where there would be, where they make the beach in their backyard, and then there's a tree house, 2 tree houses fighting each other in the second half of those 15 minutes. And with this, the first half was Mark trying to get to his date with Eve. He gets sucked into the future. He has to fight the Immortal. And then the second half is Alan and Omni-Man to escape and break out, where Nolan finally agrees to fight the cause and to fight the remaining Viltrumites. And I gotta say, even though I do like that Invincible does new things, because we did this again last season as well, in kind of the same format too, which I found very, very funny and kind of witty in a way, where, you know, we did the whole 30 minutes with that Mark adventure, and then we had the second 30 minutes with Nolan and Alan. I kind of would like if we would have intertwined them quite a bit, where we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, as opposed to here's this adventure and then here's this adventure, instead of, again, doing the 30. You start the credits 30 minutes after, because and then the next half of it began. Again, I respect it for something new, but I would have liked something a little bit more traditional, just to me personally. But within those 2, which half that I prefer more? I think I like the first half a little bit more to me, just because I finally got to see Mark and Eve like be a couple. Like, you know, I said it in last week's video as well, that, you know, sometimes when, you know, you're building up to this relationship, sometimes as soon as they get together, that's it. That's all they did. Like, okay, we came here, what we said to do, they got together, and now they kind of act the same, but sometimes they kiss every once in a while. I used Brooklyn Nine-Nine as an example with Jake and Amy, which, you know, I still like them as a couple quite a bit, and when we do focus on their relationship, they're really good. But again, it just wasn't a focus point. Like, I want to see them be a couple. And this time I did get to see them be a couple. After he gets back fighting the Immortal and he's destroyed, and she's just like, come on, let's go. He goes, man, I ruined another first date. Nope, the date ain't over. I'm just saying we gotta leave here. And then here they are, they're just traveling the world together. It is an amazing date. They tell each other they love each other, which, you know, like, yeah, it's way too soon, but at the same time, it makes sense with how long they've known each other. And then, you know, at the end, just like Amber and Mark, they're about to do the do. And then that's when the Alan voice narration takes over. Again, just like from season 2, I thought that was very, very cheeky and very, very funny. And again, very, very sweet to finally see these 2 together and just be a couple. It really was like, when you're in a group of, when you're in that friend group, and you know, the 2 friends that like each other, but they have yet to step to each other. And then when they finally do, and like you're all hanging out together, and they go, all right, guys, we'll see y'all later, and they leave together, there's just like this big sense of pride within the friend group. Like, man, they finally did it, man. They're finally together. It just really felt like that, and I loved all of that element within it. As the stuff before it, I'm just curious to see how it fits into the bigger play with it. It was cool to see those twins again who stole the Declaration of Independence, to get Mark brought over. I did like the tidbit where Mark comes up and goes, hey, and like he's like very, very defeated as he takes the clothes. That was a very funny gag within it. I didn't necessarily need to see it again, because again, I already know where it's going. And then the whole conversation between Immortal and Invincible, again, I'm just curious to see where it fits into the whole overall bigger picture within it, because I am not someone who has read the comics, even though every year it does get a little bit harder to not read the comics. But, you know, I'm just going on for the ride that it is right now. But as for everything that was going within it, Mark, you know, taking over the galaxy, I guess, and he's going to live off somewhere, assuming with Eve. I don't know, but it's been over a millennium because Immortal has been around for over hundreds of years, and he's gone mad. It makes sense. Like, you know, that whole monologue, he's like, I've lost so many wives. I do not remember Kate at all. Can you imagine what that does to a man? Hundreds of years, hundreds of wives, every century, you losing someone you love. Yeah, it could cause someone to go mad. And then just seeing that dialogue back and forth where Mark's like, I don't want to kill him, but he's left no choice. Again, that constant debate throughout the whole entire season. When is it okay to kill? When is it not okay to kill? That time it was okay to kill because he left him no other choice. Yeah, all that aspect was really, really good. As for the second half with Nolan and Alan, again, it was fun. I really liked it. I like seeing the lion creature come out, and like he saw the Viltrumites. He was like, haha, finally, a fair fight. And then they were just battling with each other. The fact that it took both Nolan and Alan to take out just one of the two while the lion and the other Viltrumite go away. And then they cap off with them talking in space, going, look, no one else is coming. There's only about like 90 Viltrumites left, and this site is only known by a very select few. And so that we can use to our advantage within this fight. He finally accepts, and then now it's about getting to Earth. We'll see how that plays out, because boy, it is going to be hell to pay when Nolan / Omni-Man shows up on Earth once again. But yeah, some of those other moments I liked in there. I like how Alan was like willingly let himself get his ass beat so that Nolan does wake up. We get into that fight thing. I kind of like the whole the breakout when Alan was letting all the aliens go. I wasn't the hugest fan of the whole recap situation, of recapping the whole entire thing from that first episode in season 3, and then what we did in last season as well. To a degree, I got it, but at the same point, I was like, really feels like you guys are just trying to fill in time here to get to this hour mark. But that's really the only complaint I really have within this episode when it comes to both halves within it. Wasn't a huge fan of the whole recap that we got, because again, I just didn't think it was needed. And again, I would have liked it more traditional where they're going cutting back and forth. And I think the only reason why they did this 2 halves thing was so they could do the recap. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. Leave a like if you made it this far within the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And again, hit that subscribe button, as we are covering this show, so you can go on this ride for us. We're also covering the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. We'll also Captain America Brave New World review will be out a little bit later today. Yeah, we're covering a lot. Daredevil's coming up. If you like wrestling, we cover that here too. So hit that subscribe button as we go on this journey together. Until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.